Rodney Adler was a director of a now defunct insurance company called HIH. The early 2000s were tough for insurance companies. Personal injury awards were through the roof, insurance profits were down, and insurance premiums were up. In this environment, in 2000, the HIH share price was declining. Adler saw an opportunity. He made a clandestine arrangement to borrow $10 million from HIH without properly disclosing it to the board, supposedly to invest for the benefit of HIH. In reality, he channeled it all through an investment company and used HIH money to buy shares in HIH. The idea was that his purchases would increase the HIH share price and he could then sell them off, pay the company back its $10 million and keep the profit. It didn't work. The value of HIH shares continued to fall and a massive amount of money was lost. The Corporations Act requires a company director to exercise their powers and discharge their duties in good faith in the best interests of the corporation and for a proper purpose. ASIC argued that Adler had breached this requirement. Justice Santow in the Supreme Court agreed. He said, "A director, as a fiduciary, is under an obligation not to promote his personal interest by making or pursuing a gain in circumstances where there is a conflict or a real or substantial possibility of a conflict between his personal interests and those of the company. Nonetheless, a director may act with a personal interest even though the director has not freed his or her mind of that personal interest when acting, provided that this personal interest was not the actuating motive, rather than some bona fide concern for the benefit of the company as a whole or for fairness as between members." He then said that the relevant test was an objective test. The standard of behaviour required by Section 181, subsection 1, is not complied with by subjective good faith or by mere subjective belief by a director that his purpose was proper, certainly if no reasonable director could have reached that conclusion. From this case, we confirm that directors, as fiduciaries, must always act in a way that a reasonable person would consider to be in good faith for the benefit of the company. HIH became insolvent in Australia's biggest ever corporate collapse. Adler was jailed for dishonesty.